Alright, time for some solo gathering in the black zone. Very similar to my try of going for a cheaper set. I'm going to use the not so amazing saddled wild boar again. If I run into a crazy good ganking group, I will be in trouble. But when I went into the tier 6 snow maps, here in the north and here in the south, I did not run into such groups, and likewise having a lot of carry weight is very nice, so I can just gather a big ton of tier 6 ore. And the question is, how often will I run into dangerous groups? I'm taking all kind of tools with me because I could run into a highly enchanted wisp leading me into a tier 8 mist, which would be a nice bonus. Nice big bonus chunk of money. And I would like to take that with me. I found 2 tier 8 mists while I was running around without gathering gear, which was really sad. Both of these times I would have found a lot of tier 8 resources in these tier 8 mists. Always would have made a big chunk of money. With this weapon, with the double-bladed staff, I would definitely have some trouble killing animals. These wolves and mooses would be kind of annoying, but I guess I will only stop for like 6.1, 6.2 thingies, except if I run into a mist and decide to do stuff there. Then I will probably kill all of them, because all of these tier 6 animals in the mists are always 5 out of 5. And hide is still the most valuable resource of all of them on flat tier 6. Even when it's about enchantments, even the good ones, like 6.1 or 6.2 or either similar to hide or a little bit worse. But with those resources you do not have the problem of actually having to kill the things. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take 5.2. Worth more than 1k silver. Only level 45 on tier 5 wood gathering. I definitely don't have high levels on my tier 5 resources. Simply because they are not really worth much. Only usually stop to gather 5.2, or if I go for high tier gathering with low carry weight, 5.3 even. Very soon I'm reaching my desired snow maps. The boar. Not necessarily too scary. This is a big group. There was definitely an argument for immediately turning around. But instead, I would believe that gankers in this map will not be too insanely good. And likewise, I will move towards the roads portal. Oh, I'm not in the best spot here. But I would assume that people would not camp the southern street, because not too many people should be walking that way. And likewise, I will in most cases be able to reach the Roads of Avalon portal. 5 out of 7. I have such a slow mount right now as well, like people can get ahead of me and take the spots on roads portals. So it's pretty rough. 7.1. That's really nice. This elemental is very nice as well. These people did not seem to be too interested in me. Just very interesting. I mean, I'm a tier 8 gatherer on a boar. I'm valuable. Did I even mention my value yet? I'm worth like 1.6 million. Pretty expensive, not gonna lie. Uncommon basalt. Was just wondering if that's basalt or slate. But it kind of looks like I'm finding some resources here in this tier 7 map. It's also a rather interesting time of the day. There are quite some resources. It makes sense because there was a pretty big roadblock group with ganking gear, so it's pretty dangerous in this map. And I'm in a very bad spot right here, but nobody has seen me. God, it's pretty risky to play like this, but you can also make a lot of money. Like, I'm finding a lot of resources right now. And this basically only happens when there's a ganking group that is not able or willing to gather these mediocre resources. Let's see how my journey in this map continues. This was garbage, yep. But I like finding resources. I mean, this is refreshing compared to my high tier gathering run last time. Very refreshing to actually see resources that I want to gather. This is something, and I even want to kill this elemental. But I definitely want damage for that. Theoretically now I'm in a worse spot even, but I'm also closer to the road portal. My chances should be very high to actually be able to reach the road's portal. It may also be possible that when I try to exit this map, if I don't get to 100% carry rate already, that I may want to teleport out of here. Which should not be too expensive. Which is very nice. Like, I can flee into the roads portal, run around a bit, get away from them, go out again, and then teleport. In case of feeling like that is necessary. Cost me 70k to teleport from here right now, and it should not go up too much. I would guess if I'm on 100% carry rate, it would probably cost me like 100k. And when I have 100% carry rate, I probably have like 1 to 1.5 million loot, depending on what I find. There's some ore, but there are some annoying mobs. Is this no, this is I was thinking about the territory, but it's not a resource territory, it's a farming territory, or however you call these things. Not seeing any people, interestingly. People have been taking a little bit of resources here though. Gather bonus +2. You love to see that. 7 out of 7. These resources are not too full. But this is also a tier 7 map, so these resources are more valuable. And I have higher chances of finding extremely valuable stuff. These tier 7 resources being full is very interesting and very nice. Because they are kind of mediocre. They're not too good, but if I can just constantly gather them, each of them should be worth around 1k per piece. Yeah, 1k for tier 7 ore. And I definitely get a pretty big bonus on ore with my tier 8 gathering gear. Basalt even being worth 1.5k per piece. I would assume that I'm getting some rather solid money right now. Running around for 10 minutes, having over like 300k loot already, I would think. It's a little bit incorrect because I did take some journals with me that were already very full. So it seems like I have a little bit more loot than I actually have from this run. But that's how it is. For that, in the runs before, those partially full resource journals were not counting, you know? Even though they kinda are loot. I also randomly killed some people here and there who had some partially filled journals. So I had like 3 partially filled prospector journals, the ones for mining already with me. No, even 4. 4 of those. Gotta fill them. Gotta collect this money. Look at how many resources I'm finding. Pretty nice. And maybe somewhere soon I'm going to get one of those fame books again. Those gathering tomes. For some extra 200k, 300k, 100k, I don't know. I mean, for gathering tier 7 resources I can find tier 8 fame gathering books. I don't remember their correct name. It may be worth it to gather 6.1 stone though. But then I would definitely want to take tier 6 stone journals with me, which are worth much less than tier 7 stone journals. I'm finding so many resources here. Thanks to the skanking group. Thanks to the skanking group. But I'm not that extremely safe with this mount, sadly. It would not be too easy. I would need to play very well, and actually I have not been in situations in the last weeks where I actually had to escape good ganking groups, so I'm a little bit out of shape talking about the escaping game, you know? So, not feeling too comfortable. Not feeling too comfortable. 33% carry weight. Pretty nice loot already. The question is, will I survive? It was very interesting that this group was ignoring me. Maybe they felt like they had a realistic chance to catch this other guy, who was probably basically just as valuable as me. I still find it relatively weird. that they completely ignored me walking into this map like that. But they obviously did not have people in the area that I was going to, so kind of makes sense to ignore me because they would not be ready to catch me. Really curious to see when the first time will be where I die with this gear using this style. Because if it happens only very rarely, then it will be worth it. I'm risking 1.5 million basically, or 1.6 million. I think 1.5, not sure. So if I only die like every 10th run and bring back loot very often, very quickly, then it may just be better. Because in a lot of these high tier gathering runs I simply didn't find too much. And with this I still have the pretty much the same chance to get into a tier 8 mist or something. And with these gathering tools I will definitely also be able to benefit from that as much as I would with the other gear. Don't really need a gallant horse in the mists. Should be extremely hard. Kill me while I do only go for gathering in the mists. If I don't do spiders, if I don't do chests, it should be really hard to kill me there. I would definitely like to have some higher tier 8 mining levels though, so I get some more tankiness, to get some more CC resistance from my mining gear. I would assume that if those gankers are still in this map, they would be ganking this area. Everybody walks this way. But I also do not see any kills happening. Slowly I'm walking into relatively bad spots here, where gankers also may be checking. But I'm also finding a lot of resources. Those stacks here are pretty full. I probably want to check out the west, the southwest here. The chance is pretty high that there will also be some tier 7 resources waiting for me, just like in the southeast and east. But I will also be brave enough to go a little bit further into the north of this map, I think. But I probably want to do that at the end. So once those gankers start chasing me, I will be more willing to just teleport out. Want to get all the free stuff that I can beforehand, before I get spotted. But I'm going closer and closer to the north right now. But there is so much ore here. Haven't seen a single person since the ganking incident. Maybe this ganking group moved on. It's definitely possible. So many resources here. I may make some gankers very happy. Oh no, this is not enchanted. Was looking like it. Cannot reach this from here. So I guess I'm moving down to the territory there. I want to take that stuff. Should be worth the, I don't know, 10 seconds or so that I have to ride. I will need to change my spells to damage again though. Maybe I just had some very good timing. Some very lucky timing. These people maybe stopping to gank on this map. So many resources. A medium chest in the northeast is very good for me. Anybody who's strong will go there. Even though it's going to take a while until this effect actually starts happening. Damage. I'll pull it out even a little bit. So the chance of people finding me is even a little bit lower. People will most likely sometimes walk that way up there, right in the north of me. But I'm going to gather the 6.2 fiber first. I need to change my spells anyways, and likewise I don't have too many cooldowns now. %60 carry rate already. Running around for 21 minutes already having more than 1 million loot. Even though the journals are a little bit deceiving right now. Nonetheless, pretty good so far. I definitely cannot complain, I just need to survive. This map still may be dangerous. But I can't tell, I am not seeing anything. Okay, let's look at the southwest. What's going on in the southwest? Will there be as many tier 7 resources as there have been in the southeast? Hopefully. 6.2, that's fine. How valuable is that? 1.5k. Pretty good for this style of gathering. Just checking out everything on this map, I think. I'm finding too many resources. Oh well, maybe this corner is not as good. Let's see. Maybe I'm getting full from this map, teleport back and then go the exact same way. And look at the tier 6 snow map then. Nice random tier 2 mob. Nice random 7.1 resource. The worst of them all, but still something. Something that is pretty valuable, something that I would gather if I had no carry rate either. As well, not either. But yeah, I think I'm definitely getting to 100% carry rate from this map. Looks pretty good. But most likely only because of the ganking group. I think the other times that I've been in this map, there weren't this many resources waiting for me. Because if I thought that I would always find these amounts of resources in tier 7 maps, then I would simply visit tier 7 maps way more often. Which I can definitely do. There's some tier 7 snow map in the north of the Limhurst portal. And there are other tier 7 maps as well, like tier 7 deserts and stuff. But tier 7 deserts would also be a little bit more annoying, because I could not use the invisibility on my armor. I would kind of need to use the skinning poison. to relatively effectively kill all these relatively strong hyenas. I also went for some gathering run, listening to music and likewise not recording into the tier 7 desert close to Lyndhurst in the northeast. And did I already mention I took tier 5 hide? I did go for tier 5 hide gathering and it's definitely not worth it. It's better to skip all the tier 5 hide. And I would have made more money. Tier 5 hide is so bad. It's just better to not take it at all. At least in my situation, where I can quickly gather tier 6 hide and everything else. There's just such a big gathering speed difference when you have tier 8 gathering gear and relatively high tier 6 gathering levels already as well, compared to when starting out. Where it feels so damn slow when you just reach tier 6 and try to gather tier 6 resources. It takes forever. But tier 6 resources are the first resources that are actually kind of valuable. So it's still probably the best way to go. Unless somebody doesn't need money at all. And it's just better to just gather tier 4 resources. Because you simply level up faster doing that. Because there's such a disparity in gathering speed. Tier 4 resources are insanely quick. So much stuff in this map. Easily reaching 100% without even fully clearing this map. This may be because the East server opened up. This may be thanks to that. Or maybe it's just the time of the day that I'm playing right now. I'm playing relatively early. Still 4 hours to go until the reset is coming. So maybe it's just very early. Even though this doesn't make too much sense, since less activity means more gatherers are around. Because they are less in danger. Less dangerous ganking groups. I basically only cleared half of this map. Maybe I will even get quite a bit more stuff in this map when I return. Very soon I'm teleporting back, definitely. Oops. Recording for 29 minutes now and I already am at 1.5 million loot. Still a little bit too high because of the journals, but I like it. I like it. I've basically worked for these journals in the past already. And another journal filled. Not finding too many enchanted resources, I think. I got a bit of that, but not too much. Like thinking about a little bit more 6.1 ore, a little bit more 7.1 ore, 6.2 ore, very valuable. Didn't find any 6.3 yet, any 5.3 yet. That stuff is definitely also hiding somewhere in this map. And I have kind of took care of half of this map already. I may find some 0.3 things somewhere soon. And right now I'm relatively safe as well, because I'm so close to the exit. Relatively. Like, if there was a big ganking group, then it would be possible that I simply cannot go through the exit if they are camping there. They have like more than 2 people standing there, dismounted. I would probably need to turn around and try to either teleport out of this map or go to the roads portal, if that's realistic. So many tier 6 resources. And a pretty decent amount of tier 7 resources as well. I will be teleporting back before my... Oh, well, actually, I'm going to teleport back now. My pork... Oh, no, not really. I'll just eat another pork pie. I'll just eat another pork pie. Pork pie is worth nothing. How expensive is it? I don't know. 3k or something. 4k. Actually more expensive than beef stew in Albion. Interestingly enough. But it also feels like the price for beef stew went down a little bit. Only 1 minute, I'm going to eat my pork pie right now. In case of getting chased, I don't want to throw away my valuable resources. %. Let's take one more and then teleport. Oh, one more was too much. What's less valuable, tier 7 or... Okay. Throw away one piece. Oh, tier 7 or... 2.22 million in my inventory. I definitely got enough loot to pay for the set that I'm using right now. That's a pretty good amount of loot per time. Let's see how much I'm going to get. Next run. 1.66, but I have filled so many journals. I probably I definitely need to get some more. Lumberjack journal is fine. I do need stone. What else do I need? I need some more cropper, I believe. Yeah, it's better to take one more. I do want prospector journals and stone cutter journals. And safety first, one more pork pie. Prospector. Boom, I filled 7, so let's take 6. I still have one. And stone cutter. Grandmaster stone cutter. One should be enough. I'm pretty sure. Do I want to go the same way? The southwest should be a little bit quicker, I think. Let's go the southwestern way. Here, let's see. I'm worth 1.55 million. And already got 1.66 million loot in 30 minutes, 32 minutes. Pretty nice profit per time, definitely. Of course, also the loot will be a little bit higher now because I'm using tier 8 gear. I have a higher gathering bonus on these ore resources. What's my IP? 1284, 1313. Could be higher. Tier 8 gear. There was level 100 on tier 8 gathering. I probably would have 1400 IP. Which I would definitely prefer. But it's not that easy. Playing like me to reach level 100 on the tier 8 resources. Or like easy is not the right word. Let's say fast. It's not that fast the way I'm doing it. And I do want to take a look into a rare wisp. Do I want to gather in this when it's tier 7? I think so. I mean, I'm taking all tier 6 resources anyways. Probably, and I can find some enchanted stuff. It's tier 7, time to gather in the mists, I guess. I don't want to kill these mobs. They are full, they are always full. But I don't really want to kill those unless they are enchanted or tier 7. I'll try to check out the whole map. I just need to constantly find resources. I probably found more resources in this tier 7 snow map that I have just been in. I think. Some 7.1 basalt waiting for me. But I can definitely find these beautiful tier 7 animals here. And I will also kill tier 6 animals in this map. But I don't think that I'm going to do spiders and so on. I'm only using a tier 6 weapon on which I do not have any levels. Just checking out the whole map. Should be worth it when going with this style to gather in such a map. Should most likely be worth it. Finding a decent amount of tier 7 resources, and some of them are being enchanted. And tier 7 resources being enchanted is really good. But most of those will only be 1 piece per stack. There's I don't know how high the chance is, but there is a chance for me to find enchanted resource mobs. Or just enchanted animals. These things would definitely be worth like 200 to 1 million, 200k to 1 million silver, depending on the enchantment. Checking out everything. If those things are all 1 out of 5, does this mean that somebody's gathering in here? Probably, right? Because I've also seen things on like 3 out of 5 in the past. No objectives in this map. Do I want to go for some objectives? I'm good at escaping with this gear. I could take these, what are these called? These weakened wisps. Those are worth a lot of money. I'm also worth a lot of money. Probably not worth it. Did I interrupt my W? That may be the case. Yeah, I was actually interrupting my W. denying myself some damage. So I basically need to wait after I cast my W. Annoying. But I guess it's also good that it's possible to interrupt it if you need to run for your life. Do I want to check out the edge of the map first? I had some decent success with that strategy in the past. I guess I'm just doing it the way I'm doing it right now. Boom, boom, damage. Yeah, I definitely need to wait for my W to do whatever it's doing. Up there are definitely some more tier 7 resources. I'm finding a decent amount, I think, in this map. Definitely not finding these insane amounts of tier 6 ore. So this may be worse than the tier 7 map that I have just been in. That may be the case. But it's not 100% safe that I will find as much tier 6 ore once again. Maybe? I'm not sure. Like the tier 6 map probably is also pretty full of that stuff. This thing here in the northwest may be a gathering area, but it may also... no, it's the PvE area. Oh, I'm actually having the tier 7 wood journal with me, so I should skip the tier 6 trees then. They are, except stone, the least valuable. Tier 6 resource anyways. Would like to find a tier 7 animal. Or at least some tier 7 or elemental. Since I'm definitely having a higher gathering bonus on the ore with my current gear. Like it's an additional 70%. This is relatively significant. Getting gathering bonus +2 relatively often, and here I go. Would be worth much more if it was enchanted, definitely, but I'll take it. Cannot forget about the gathering speed bonus as well. There's a person, just some orcs with low tier gear. Oh, come on. Are you really going to annoy me? Get away. No, I actually resetted this. Okay. He just wants to be annoying. Well, good job. Good job. Maybe I want to... Okay, no, he's chasing me. He's actually mentally weak. Okay, I really need to run away very far from him. If he is going to continue to chase me the whole time, I may just leave the mists and go to the tier 7 snow map. There are some resources in this map. I somehow want to lose him. So I need to go into... I need to walk an unpredictable way. In a way. So I guess I'm going to the west from here. Somebody is doing PvE here. That's okay. This guy also may distract the Bloodletter. Maybe I should have just fought the Bloodletter, to be honest. Use PvP spells, kill him, so I can continue gathering. But then there's the risk that some random person would show up. While I'm fighting, and then I would be in danger. Somebody saw me, which is annoying. Would somebody... Like, you can hear gathering noises, so it's possible that somebody would try to gank me with invisibility. So let's just play it safe. There should be enough resources on this map for me. No reason to try to go for that stuff there. For now. I was already wondering why I'm getting these weird fame numbers. 246 fame. But that was because of the 3.75 bonus percent from having entered the hideout before going into the black zone. One, two, three. Those are numbers. And there's a weekend wisp thing. But I most likely do not want to risk it. Maybe a big waste of time. Finding a lot of tier 7 resources, but not this huge amount of tier 6 ore that should be pretty profitable for me usually. Playing this way. How valuable is tier 7 wood? A tiny bit more than 1k per piece. Just a tiny bit more. A nice weekend wisp. It's quite a lot of money. It's quite a lot of money. Like 200k or 150k. Approximately. This definitely is not as efficient as the tier 7 map has been for me. But I would also say that the tier 7 map was a little bit lucky at least. It was relatively full and I got a few decent tier 7 resources as well. Usually I would just be getting tier 6 stuff with this style, I would assume. Finally some tier 6 ore again. Getting the juicy gathering bonuses. Do I want to do these tier 6 mobs? Probably not, it takes so long for me to kill them. Oh, it's a rare one. That's pretty nice. Pretty valuable. I would like to have that. I mean, it's also a tier 7 rare map, so... A rare one and a tier 7 rare map. It's probably pretty valuable. Nobody's taking it right now. Maybe a fight is going on. Would kinda like to get that, but... My assumption is that the chances are too low, that the danger is too high. I have only seen this weird bow player and this weird bloodletter. So maybe the chances would not be too bad. But it may just be a huge waste of time, and some random dude like the bloodletter before could chase me again. Which would even be more wasted time then. But the loot would also be pretty nice. It has been dropped, so there's definitely some kind of PvP going on. I fear that I would need to kill this granite elemental to get this meteorite ore. So I will skip it. Maybe I should skip it. There may only be one piece on that. I think I will definitely try gathering it while the elemental is a little bit farther away to see how many pieces are on that stack. And then decide if I want to kill the elemental for it or not. 3 out of 9. The mist is closing. Maybe I'll randomly run into some legendary or other epic and rare wisp and just get into a tier 8 mist and get rich. I was able to gather this without killing this thing, which is very nice. Very comfortable. All this stuff is not extremely valuable, definitely. I got a lot of tier 7 stone, that's 100k. It's not nothing. Also saw some more tier 7 ore in the east. Gather bonus +2. Not very valuable, but I'm getting a lot of it. Additional 70%. Oh, a rare one. I'll definitely immediately look into it. If it's tier 7, I think I'm going to continue. I guess. 5.0 fibers, big stack. Very juicy. I guess I'm just going to continue to tier 6 tier 7 map. Probably. Probably. I don't know if that's better than going for the black zone right now with this style. It's definitely safer. Definitely much safer. Also my teleport cost will either be non-existent because I could just run back, or they will be very low if I have the feeling that I want to teleport instead of walking the last meters. I'm very close to town still. Definitely not benefiting as much from my ore gathering gear in here. And I would also benefit from having a different weapon, I think. Mysterious stranger, it's a gatherer. I do have some gathering competition in here. What is he gathering? Ah, yeah, the tier 7. I have some gathering competition. He came from the south. He's going to the north. So I think I'm going to the west then. I don't want to cross the ways with him. A tier 8 gatherer. Not good for my profit. Walk by 7 minutes. Definitely not making too much money in here. I may want to leave the mists and just go into the tier 6 snow map. And just gather a huge ton of random tier 6 ore. Even though it's not necessarily guaranteed that the tier 6 ore stacks there will be as full as they have been. Another rare weekend wisp would definitely be some nice loot. Also a small chest at the same time. Is it possible that nobody's going for that? Because that's some pretty good loot. It's really some pretty good loot. Maybe everybody thinks that it's too dangerous? Nobody picking it up is very weird. I'll move towards it. It's some very good loot and I have very decent escape spells. I'd like to get that, but I definitely do not want to get into PvP situations. Somebody took it, so my decision has been taken away from me. I really probably should not be going for that thing. It should just be very unlikely, right? Like it would be some time investment. That time I could be gathering instead. Is this guy always staying this close to this cotton? Not always, now it's farther away. I'll be probably able to take this. The amount of tier 6 ore I'm finding here is not too terrible. I mean, I'm also finding some amount of tier 7 ore. But I'm pretty sure that it's less than in the black zone. At least compared to the last runs that I had. I'm gathering it so quickly. Does this? It does not count as a special mob. I just have high tier 5 levels. Yeah, level 91. Held so fast. But I mean, it should be very fast compared to gathering tier 6 resources. A whole tier lower. Somewhen soon I want to refresh my pork pie. And somewhen soon I would like to find some highly enchanted resource mobs. Even though some weakly enchanted tier 7 resource mobs would also already be pretty damn solid. 6.1 wood, it's not that valuable. I don't know if I want to kill this thing for that. Probably not. Let's ignore that. If it was hide, okay. If it was ore, okay. But this... let's ignore this. This was a green one, yeah. Probably not interested in that. Rare should be the lowest that I'm checking, I think. Because it feels like the black zone is better than this. Common. I've made like 500k in 30 minutes. That's 1/3 of what I've made before. In tier 7 rare mists. Maybe I also have been unlucky, that's also possible. I'm not 100% sure. I may have been unlucky in these 30 minutes. Another rare one. Come on, give me a tier 8 one. Give me a tier 8 map. So many rare wisps. If it's not tier 8, I'm going to go back and finish gathering there, I think. Right? There's an ore area. There's an ore area. I'm an ore gatherer. Ah. There's a thing very close to it. I'm going to leave this map after being done with the ore area and the weekend wisp though, I think. I think that's the way to go. I'm not making that much money in here. It's time to go back to the black zone, I feel like. But let's see if I can snag this weekend wisp. I could play cleanse. Do I want to play cleanse? Or do I rather want to play that? I could play the other thing as well. I need to go there already. I think I'll stay on block for now. Maybe the special cleanse is better. What is he playing? Something that I do not want to fight. Why is he moving my way? He has to. A lot of tier 7 resources. I will definitely clear the what's it called, the ore area, and I do need to refresh my pork pie. Why can I not? Okay, it was that bug again. Didn't have that for a while. Only one person being there for this thing, which kind of means that I could go for the chest actually. I could be going for the chest. The transporting of that wisp may take this guy too long for him to be able to reach the chest in time. But the chest is also kind of dangerous. Invisibility gangs could be happening there. I could die to invisibility gangs. But I'm so close to it, I think it's fine. There's a person, so is this person dangerous? It's definitely not dangerous. He cannot kill me. But he can interrupt me from taking the chest. And he could win 1v1 against me, because light crossbow is a nice 1v1 weapon. If you do not run away from it. Will this guy go for the chest? Kinda looks like it. Do I want to fight him for it? Oh, it's a different guy, okay. Oh, 7.2. And 6.2, nice. Oh, it's... This guy made it, he made it. He was able to reach the chest, or this was one of the other guys just changing weapons. Also possible. Oh, there's tier 6 or... But there are mobs right next to it. Okay, let's move to the ore area. See what I can get in there and then get out of this. Does not feel like I'm getting rich in here. I think I need more tier 6 ore to really benefit from my ore gathering gear. A lot of rare wisps though. 3 in a row. Not too much profit in here. I mean, the enchantment never really seems to be very high. But from time to time it happens that you run into some 7.2 resource mob. Just a nice 200k for a couple of seconds of work. %51% carry weight. Finding some things, but it's all only 1 piece, 2 pieces. The gatherer, I would assume. Very high IP. Why is this guy playing this troll cape, basically? Is he trying to bait other people into thinking that he's a bad player, maybe? Well, he had very high levels on his items. But there are some people who have that, who don't have PvP fame, but it's relatively rare. At least in the black zone. I don't know about the mists. Maybe a lot of people go into the mists. I'll look for enchanted stuff first. Well, there was only one enchanted thing and that's already taken. But a lot of tier 7 ore. And now the sun is shining and I barely can see anything. Hopefully I will be able to see names. People may gank with invisibility here as well, which would be very annoying. Basically the only way for me to die in the mists, unless I start fights myself. But it also should not take me infinitely long to gather this. And also people who are good at ganking probably notice that mostly you do not find anybody in these gathering areas, and likewise it's not worth it to preemptively gank with invisibility at least. So I may only fall victim to somebody hearing the gathering noise and then using invisibility. But I may be able to get away from such a person. Depends, we'll see. I do have quite some tools and I'm pretty tanky as well. And I'm not very far away from the exit either. The money I'm getting here in this area should be very decent, I would say. I would assume that. Constantly gathering tier 7 ore while having tier 8 ore gathering gear equipped should be decent. This is also what I want in the black zone. Not going to get much better. And sun has just replenished. some of that ore. Do they all have their own timers? I think so, right? Probably doesn't make sense to go back one more time, like around the circle here, and see if another stack has also replenished? Question mark? I will do it and see if those timers are connected. Or it's also possible that somebody has just gathered these things at the same time. Also possible. Even though I don't know if gathering a resource stack is connected to when it's going to replenish. I have no guarantee for that being true. A decent amount of ore in this area though. This guy is a gatherer. Seems like he's just checking for enchanted resources. He may have ganking gear in his inventory. Switches gear and come and gank me with invisibility. So let's mount up and run in a circle. He's not going to be able to kill me if he has to dismount me first. There is no way. Okay, nothing else has replenished here in the south. So these things seem to not be connected. I guess no red exclamation mark over my head. Likewise, he's not waiting invisible or right on me. I maybe saw something flickering here. But maybe I'm just being paranoid. 70% carry weight. Let's leave. Let's leave. The ore area was fine. The rest was not good enough. Let's be honest. It wasn't good enough. I'm so close to town. Cost me 40k to teleport. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do I go for one more run? The sun is being very annoying right now, so maybe I think I'll cut it here. The sun is being very annoying. Even though it looks like it's definitely a very decent time to gather right now, I would say. I had a pretty nice success right here, right now. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Gathering 2.5 million loot. That's definitely decent. The first half hour was very valuable. And it seems like the tier 7 mists are not good enough. It seems like that's a waste of time, even when going for tier 6 resources. In a way. I mean, I've tested it a couple of times already. I went into the